Hello folks, welcome back. Pretty much just getting back from doing a bit of plowing. Got just enough snow this morning that I had to go out before the rain started and clean up some of the commercial spots that I do. Obviously no gravel got done, that's for sure, but emissions, man, emissions. There's nothing good about those emission systems. I don't care what you say. Burn more fuel, recycle more parts that fail, more manufacturing to do those parts, which puts more pollution and stuff into the air. Anyway, it's a bunch of crap. Got the Ram fired up. I'm gonna take that with the Diamond C. Brady is coming now to get the 550 and the K-Trail to move the 95 because we were almost done that bridge job where we tore apart that old condemned bridge. We were almost done that job with this machine, and at the very end of the day, today is Thursday, on the very end of the day on Tuesday, it threw a code, system error, and it went into limp mode, basically. We all know what that is. It's been regenning like absolute crazy. All day long it regens. The DPF is plugged. So I need to take it, I'm taking it up to the valley, taking it to Nova International. They're gonna take the DPF off, get it burnt out, check all the sensors inside there, put it back on, and away we go. So because this failed, I then had to go to another job site, pick up the 95, bring the 95 in to finish that job off. 95 was supposed to be on a different job, so now that's out there. That's got to get picked up, that's got to get brought back to the pit, and I got to get a bunch of granite boulders loaded up and taken over to a job where we're digging a foundation addition, but we also have to build a rock wall to retain the material from the foundation. So we got a bunch of rocks piled up over there, and then there's some scattered through here as well, so that's what Brady's going to do. But like I said, I'm going to be jumping in the Ram with the Diamond C, putting the Kubota on, and away to the valley I go. So emissions crap, but you get to see a truck that still has emissions on it, which seemed like it was starting to act up on me a little while ago, and it might still be, but it's been working pretty good lately. Haul 30,000 pounds today. Hopefully the weather is good up that way. Typically it's much worse. Hopefully it's good. And hopefully the trailer has charge in the battery, because I haven't used the trailer for a while. We've been using this one. Okay, well, we are off. Pre-check was all good. Brakes are good. I think I got them set to 6. I haven't hauled with this setup very much. With the Ram, I've used the K-Trail more often than not. The Diamond C is 5 feet longer and it weighs a bit more, and it's got more tongue weight, that's for sure. You can definitely feel it. But we'll get there and back. If I sell a trailer, which I'm trying to actually, so if you're in the market for a gooseneck, let me know. More than likely I'm going to sell my K-Trail and keep this one, and then I'll have to switch around the ball on the 550 to a 3-inch, because this is a 3-inch coupler. It's a 40K rated trailer. It's Diamond C. It's the F-Max 216 hydraulic disc brakes, which are sweet. Hydraulic dovetail, hydraulic jacks. It's a nice trailer, really nice trailer. I bought it about a year before my K-Trail, which doesn't have any of those fancy features, but it's still a good trailer. And this was actually cheaper than what my K-Trail was. That's how much trailers went up within that period of time. And right now, this trailer, if you want to buy this trailer, you're looking at like 70 grand, like 65 to 70 grand here in Canada. I bought it for like 36 or 37. But anyway, we've got a pretty good trip. We're heading from just outside Bridgewater in the South Shore all the way up to Aylesford. So it's definitely a good trip. How do I even reset this? This one? see how long it actually is. I'm guessing it's got to be 130 kilometers or so each way, I would imagine. We've got some pretty good hills. We're going to be going down South Mountain when we're loaded, and then we'll be going up South Mountain when we're unloaded. I'm not going to go through the woods. The fastest way is to like take Highway 10, go up through the woods, take Aylesford Road, and come down through, but I don't know what the roads are like up that way. So I'm going to take the 103 all the way to exit 9, cut across number 12, and then get on the 101 and head up that way. If I knew what the roads were like up in the woods, I would go up through the woods, hands down. I just noticed I got this thing in 4-wheel drive, so I got to take that out. Alright, so we're wrapping up the 103 portion of the heavy hauling. 45.7 kilometers, 34 liters per 100. So I don't know if I've ever explained fully why I'm going to sell one trailer. I think I probably have. So I had 2 trailers, goosenecks originally, because I was doing a absolute ton of mulching cell towers. And that's why I bought this truck, and I bought my K-Trail and the Sani, the 80 with the mulcher. It's the main reason for that. But since then, we're not doing as much. Budgets have been cut, just like everything else in the world. So now I can get away with one gooseneck, because I still am doing some of that work, but not as much. So I can get away with one gooseneck, but I would need a float for my dump trucks, which I now have 2, which I didn't have any at that point in time. I get a float for my dump truck to do the local stuff, and still have one gooseneck and one dually going to do the road work all over, you know, Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick. And I mean, you know, these trucks do pretty good. My 550 has done incredible. This truck's, you know, it's doing good. Here I am hauling the machine to the valley, but it's not like doing it with a dump truck with air brakes and air brake trailer, you know, all that stuff. I do want to add a bigger excavator eventually, like a 15-ton. So obviously I can't do that with the setups that I currently have. So that's what's going on. So eventually, I'm trying to find one, which are really hard to find, but eventually I'll have one gooseneck and one float for one of my tandems. But I mean, you know, if whether I was in the Sterling or the International, heading up to the valley to do this, it's just effortless for, you know, those trucks and that trailer hauling an 8-ton machine. So I mean, that's the setup that I want to get to. If I had, you know, the dually sitting there with a gooseneck and I had the dump truck sitting there with a tag, I would have taken the dump truck with the tag today, hands down, 100%. So now we're on Highway 12, Route 12, whatever you want to call it. I've definitely driven this road a lot. I grew up out here. So the fuel mileage is getting worse and worse and worse, because we're doing a lot of this, a lot of hill climbing, up and down. We're going slower, but it's not helping at all. It always burns much more fuel coming through here than it does on the highway. That's for sure, at least that portion of the highway. We're up to 36.1 right now. We'll be higher than that when we reach the top of this hill. Be interesting to see too. I'll definitely have to do a video of when I do get a float. I'll take the Sterling or the International and do a round trip, fill up at the start, fill up at the end, see how much it takes, and then take my dualies and do the same run and see the difference in fuel usage. Oh, I forgot to say one thing about the emissions stuff. Is, you know, obviously there's more parts on the truck, more things to replace, more things get manufactured. The DEF fluid, so they have to make that. And then the plastic jugs. Look at how many plastic jugs are out there floating around because of all the DEF fluid that gets used. Like, come on. How does that make sense? Here I am, you know, drinking out of a soggy cardboard straw, and there's plastic jugs floating around everywhere. But hey, don't worry. Justin Trudeau, he doesn't drink out of plastic water bottles. He drinks out of water box milk carton things. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you want a really good laugh, this video is not new. This video is old. Go on YouTube and Google Justin Trudeau water box. That should do it. And if you want to watch something funny, go watch that and then come back to the video and comment if you haven't seen it. It's absolutely hilarious what this guy gets up there and says and expects us to believe it. Here we are going down South Mountain. I just tapped my foot on the brake and downshifted. I don't know what gear it's in. We got the full exhaust brake on. We are starting to speed up a bit, not much though. Transmission and the exhaust brake is doing a good job. Haven't touched the brakes yet. I'm gonna let it do its thing. Alright, now on the brake. Beauty of the Ram right there. With my Fords, I would have been using the brake much more coming down that hill. My 450 was pretty good though. The transmission did most of the work, I think. The exhaust brake wasn't all that strong, that's for sure, but the transmission did pretty good. Had a lot more power, I can tell you that. A lot more power. Now that we're on the 103, this is what, or 101, this is what we got. This whole section here is just flat. And our mileage is getting better again. We're at 34.5 liters per 100 now. And I'm gonna be close when I said 130 kilometers, because we're at 117 kilometers right now. It's gonna looks like it's gonna be between 130 and 140 kilometers. It's a pretty good guess. Go Rammer. I like the Rams, trust me, I do. I like the Cummins. I like the exhaust brake. I like the fact that they give you factory air, but now that I've owned both, if you put a Ford and a Ram side by side and told me that I need to pick one to keep for a while, I'm picking the Ford. Well, here we are, getting ready to pull in. 135 kilometers. That's not bad, I was pretty close. So, let's see, where should I go here? I think I usually go like all the way around. Orange is one of my favorite colors. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, this will work. I think this is how I usually go. Maybe. It just depends on how everybody's parked and how they got the stuff parked. Oh look, another Ram with a gooseneck. Okay, I'm gonna unload right here, I think. Well, there she is, she's dropped off. So this is Nova International in Aylesford, the Kubota dealer here. Great bunch of guys in the service department. Absolutely love them. They treat you really good. Well, that took a couple sneak snags and turns to get out of there, but we got her. Trailer still in one piece, no damage to pay for at the dealership, so that's good. Pretty tight in there for a truck and trailer like this, but good thing I had this truck instead of my 550. I never would have got around there. I would have had to figure something else out. She was pretty tight. So I'm gonna go up through the woods this time. Now that I don't have all that weight on the back of the truck and trailer, I'm gonna head up through the woods. It's a bit quicker. So let's see. The first way was, let's say, 135.5 kilometers, 34 liters per 100. Let's see what the distance is this time to the pit. Did I ever set it? I think I ever set it like right when I left the pit. I can't remember now. But anyway, so I was saying, yeah, those guys there, the service department, the guy's name is Joel. He's wicked. He's awesome to deal with. I bought the machine from Halifax Kubota, which at the time was Eastern Turf, I think it was called. Eastern Turf? Eastern something. Anyway, the guy there, that sales guy, I met him originally, bought a chipper from him. They actually helped me out on the chipper, and then I ended up buying this excavator first. I gotta adjust my brakes. Ooh. I ended up buying this excavator first, and then I ended up buying my 040 from him as well. 2 mulchers. Just a great guy to deal with, to work with. They're all good there too. I find the service department is better up here in the valley, and I wouldn't want to go into Dartmouth anyway, that's for sure. I'm a lot closer here now. But yeah, these guys here, Aylesford, I have never bought nothing from them, so I don't know what they're like on that side of things. But anytime that I need something done to this machine, this is where I bring it every single time. Is up here. We're in farm country here right now. Rolling hills, rough roads. They go hand in hand, that's for sure. So right up here, I could turn off to the right and go up through to get through New Germany. Hey bud, big wave. To go up through New Germany and then come into Bridgewater. Or I can keep going straight and make that turn later on. And that's what I'm going to choose to do this time. There's a few less twisty turns this way, a few more that way. Roads are rough both ways. No advantage there. There's a little store up here. I'm gonna stop. Oh man, grab a sandwich or something. We're at 50 kilometers right now, so I'm thinking it's quite a bit shorter to go this way. To go the way I'm going now, as far as distance goes. But this thing won't downshift. My 2017, this is 2017, my 2017 single rear wheel limited that I had, that wouldn't downshift either. And it's weird because I had people comment in videos and say that it would if I put it in automatic exhaust brake, or I don't know, it just won't. It will the second I tap the brake, it will. But I couldn't get any of either one of my 4th gens to downshift on its own with cruise control on going down a hill. Won't do it. Hope I don't miss my turn, because if I miss my turn then I'm going right in the back. Cornwall Road. I don't want to do that. Now this up here was the talk of the town for a while. Facebook groups blowing up. This up here was closed for a long time. Since we had those floods, heavy rains in July, this whole thing washed out. I was actually the first contractor on this job. I ripped the road up because it was going down the road. I ripped the road across to let the water go down over the hill and then down through the river. And then it was months until that was fixed right there. And I had 2 trucks hauling. The 2 trucks were hauling there, the last going off, Blast Rock and Type 1. But yeah, I was at my father's house. It was in July. This was like a week after the heavy rains. Yeah, I know. And I got a call at like 3:30. I just dropped Bauer off at my father's house, and I got a phone call asking if I could get an excavator and a dump truck to that spot ASAP. Yeah, well, I guess so. It's a Friday, like I said, Friday afternoon. I didn't get over there that night until like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Had to let the pressure off. Dug up like a 30-foot swath through the road. It sort of made like a controlled berm type thing, so it didn't all flow at once. It was running down the road and it was washing people's basements out and driveways out and everything else. So that was the start of that, and then after that it went bad, real bad after that. Definitely going to be shorter distance because we're only at 84 kilometers right now, and I'm guessing within 10 kilometers, maybe even less, we'll be in Bridgewater. It's probably going to be 15 to 20 less kilometers to go the way up through the woods instead of going on the highway and up through Route 12. 18.8 liters per 100 with the trailer empty. Definitely feels a lot better too. Truck does good though for a little single cab truck. Obviously it's got a ton of payload, but it does pretty good for what it is. There it is. She's back. Emissions, eh? Look at this crap. Emissions. Emissions is on that. Emissions is on that. Not so much on that one. A lot less to worry about now. I have spread some gravel in here, believe it or not, but I need a lot more. Because getting in the trucks with boots like this, I'm not a fan of it. And everything else is filthy too. Everything was so nice. One day it goes to crap. Ground's still frozen though, so that's one good thing. Well, alright folks, it's gonna wrap this one up, I guess. So yeah, emission stuff. Lots of fun, eh? Same as like dump trucks and transport trucks and all that. If you see a dump truck or a transport truck alongside the road broken down, 95% of the time, it's a new one. It's not an old one, like from 1980, 1990, 2000, 2005. It's a new one. And it's all because of that crap. So many guys I've talked to that have like new trucks. So my truck, my International, that has a burn off on it. My Sterling does not. But the new ones like DEF fluid, you know, all that shabam. And I've got 938,000 kilometers on the Sterling. You know, 938,000 kilometers. You know, you see me use it on a daily basis. The truck's going strong. Anyway, I don't know. It's just a bunch of crap. To me, it's. I know there's scientific stuff involved in it, and it helps the emissions and all this and all that. But burning more fuel, putting more crap back into the environment with plastic jugs and manufacturing of more parts and disposal of those parts. What else? Burning more fuel because it's doing a burn off. You know, how is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'll never figure it out. But I'm just, you know, I'm just a construction guy. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on how we make out. Basically, it just has to, DPF just has to come off, and they have to burn the soot out of it because the exhaust doesn't get hot enough, I guess. And then hopefully the sensors are okay. If the sensors aren't okay, then I got to replace those. But anyway, I'm gonna take advantage of it while it's there. I'm just gonna get them to do an oil change and a fuel filter change. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. So just another day. Things are rolling good, and all of a sudden something breaks, and you got to roll with it. It's all you can do. It's like your computer crashing. If you're in a different industry, if you're just about to finalize a project, you know, a big presentation that you've got to do or something, and all of a sudden your computer crashes, what are you gonna do? You gotta figure something out. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but anyway, I'm babbling. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.